Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Have you ever stopped to marvel at the complexity of a child's development, how they transform from helpless infants to articulate adolescents? It's truly a wonder to behold. Today we embark on an intriguing exploration of this incredible process. We'll delve into the realms of physical and language development, charting the fascinating journey children undertake from infancy through to adolescence. We'll begin with the first cries of a newborn, the initial stirrings of physical development, and then trace the path of language acquisition from the babbling stage to the formation of complex sentences. We'll consider the many factors that influence these developmental stages, such as environment, genetics, and culture. In an orderly fashion, we will navigate through each stage chronologically, providing a comprehensive understanding of how children grow and learn. So, are you ready to unravel the intricacies of the human growth story? Join us on this fascinating journey to understand the miracle of child development. Physical development in infancy. The journey begins in infancy, a period of rapid physical growth and development. Imagine a newborn baby, so delicate and tiny yet brimming with potential. Within just the first year of life, this little being will triple in weight and increase in length by up to 50%. That's the speed of physical growth we're talking about in infancy. But it's not just about size and weight. The infant's body is also busy laying down the building blocks of motor skills. The first few months are typically characterized by reflexive movements. We see the baby grasp a finger instinctively or startle at loud noises. As the months pass by, these reflexive movements give way to more controlled actions. By around 6 months, the baby is likely to start sitting up unassisted, and by the end of the first year, many infants are taking their first tentative steps. Now let's talk about sensory perception. A newborn's senses are not fully developed at birth. Their vision is blurry, and they can only see objects and faces up close. However, by the end of the first year, their vision sharpens, and they start responding more to colours and shapes. Similarly, their hearing, taste, and touch senses also mature over the first year. It's also worth noting that physical development isn't uniform across all infants. Some babies might start walking as early as 9 months, while others might not take their first steps until their first birthday. Factors like genetics, nutrition, and environment all play a part in determining the pace of physical development. In terms of physical growth, the infant's body is also undergoing internal changes. The heart is getting stronger, the lungs are expanding, and the digestive system is maturing. All these changes are geared towards supporting the growing body and its increasing needs. As we can see, infancy is a period of dramatic physical changes, setting the foundation for future development. Indeed, it's a time of remarkable transformation as the helpless newborn gradually morphs into a curious and capable toddler, ready to explore the world around them. Language development in infancy. But it's not just physical development that's taking off during infancy. Language skills too begin to emerge. As if by magic, the quiet and seemingly oblivious infant starts to experiment with sounds. This is the stage of cooing. As early as 6 weeks of age, babies begin to coo, making vowel-like sounds such as oo and ah. Then comes the babbling stage. By around 6 months, babies start to babble, stringing together consonant and vowel sounds like baba or gaga. It's a delightful symphony of sounds, an orchestra of exploration, and it doesn't stop there. By the end of the first year, most infants understand simple words like no, bye-bye, and names of familiar objects or people. They might not respond with a full sentence, but their little brains are hard at work, decoding the world of language around them. From these humble beginnings, the foundations of language are laid. Physical development in childhood. As children grow, their physical development continues at a steady pace. This phase of life, which we commonly refer to as childhood, is characterized by significant changes in both their physical stature and their motor abilities. Let's start with gross motor skills. These are the larger, more obvious movements that we usually associate with physical activity. Think about a child learning to ride a bike, mastering a somersault, or even just running around the playground. These gross motor skills are constantly being honed during childhood as kids explore their physical capabilities and push their boundaries. In contrast, fine motor skills involve more precise movements, usually requiring hand-eye coordination. This is where we see children beginning to exhibit control over smaller actions, like tying their shoelaces buttoning up their shirts, or writing their names. As their fine motor skills develop, children gain a sense of independence, which is a crucial aspect of their overall development. Alongside these motor skills, children's bodies also undergo a steady process of growth. Their bones lengthen and widen, their muscles develop, and they gradually gain more strength and stamina. This growth is not just about getting taller or bigger, it's also about the body becoming more capable, more resilient, and more ready to engage with the world. Coordination is another key aspect of physical development in childhood. As children grow, their movements become more coordinated and fluid. This is evident in their play. As they start to engage in more complex games and activities, they become capable of more intricate tasks, like catching a ball or jumping rope, and their play becomes a sort of rehearsal for the physical challenges they'll face in the future. Physical development during childhood is a fascinating process. It's like watching a tiny seed sprout and grow into a sturdy tree, each stage marked by new abilities, new challenges, and new opportunities for exploration and learning. Throughout childhood, physical development is a constant, preparing the child for the challenges and opportunities of adolescence. So let's appreciate this remarkable journey that every child embarks on as they grow from tiny infants into capable, independent individuals. Language development in childhood. Language too evolves during childhood, becoming a powerful tool for communication and thought. Picture a child's first words, a simple mama or dada. Fast forward a few years and that same child is now forming full sentences, telling stories and asking complex questions. This astonishing transformation is all part of the language development in childhood. During the early childhood years, children experience a dramatic expansion in their vocabulary. They start by learning a few words each day, but by the age of 6, most children have a vocabulary of around 14,000 words. This vocabulary growth is fueled by a child's curiosity and their exposure to language at home, at school, and in their community. Simultaneously, children's sentence structure also evolves. They transition from two-word phrases like want juice to more complex sentences with multiple clauses. This development is guided by the grammar rules of their native language, which children learn intuitively through listening and mimicking. Beyond vocabulary and sentence structure, children also begin to understand more complex language concepts. They start to grasp the nuances of tone and inflection, learning how these can change the meaning of a sentence. They also begin to understand the rules of conversation, like taking turns and staying on topic. It's important to remember that while we've discussed a typical progression, language development varies widely among children. Factors such as a child's environment, their exposure to language, and their individual temperament can all influence the pace and path of their language development. Language development in childhood is a fascinating journey, filled with milestones and moments of wonder. It's a time when children begin to discover their voice and learn how to use language to express their thoughts, feelings, and ideas. By the end of childhood, children have mastered the basics of their native language, ready to tackle more complex linguistic challenges. Conclusion. So, let's take a step back to appreciate the incredible journey of physical and language development in childhood. In the past few minutes, we've delved deeply into the fascinating universe of child development, charting the course from the first breaths of infancy to the confident strides of adolescence. This journey, woven of countless intricate processes, is nothing short of astounding. Let's do a quick recap. We started by discussing the physical development in infancy, when a child's body experiences rapid growth. This phase is marked by milestones such as crawling, standing, and taking the first unsteady steps. It's the time when the world begins to open up for them, quite literally, as they explore their surroundings with newfound mobility. Then, we moved on to language development in infancy. This stage is just as remarkable as babies start to recognize sounds, respond to voices, and even mimic speech patterns. It's the beginning of meaningful communication, laying the groundwork for their future interactions with the world. Our journey continued with the exploration of physical development during childhood. This stage is characterized by gradual refinement of motor skills, increased physical stamina, and the ability to engage in more complex activities. It's a time of discovery and mastery, as children learn to navigate their physical environment with growing confidence. Next, we delved into the intricacies of language development in childhood. Here, children start to construct sentences, grasp grammar rules, and expand their vocabulary. This phase is crucial for effective communication, fostering social connections and facilitating learning. Remember, these stages are not isolated, but intricately interconnected. Each stage builds on the previous one, forming a continuous thread of development that stretches from infancy to adolescence. And while this process is universal, each child's journey is unique, influenced by a myriad of factors including genetics, environment, and culture. The journey of child development is truly remarkable, a testament to the incredible potential within each and every one of us. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.